Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is February 22nd and this is my weekly shop update. So a big thank you to everyone who was able to stop in on Saturday for my Ask Matt Live. It was a really great turnout and I think doing it on Saturdays was a good idea. At least from the feedback I've gotten so far, everyone really liked it better on a Saturday than on a weekday, so I'll just keep doing it on Saturdays from now going forward. So thanks again everyone who was able to stop by. If you missed it, I'll have a link in the description to the video where you can go back and take a look at that. I did like I always do. I went through and I broke out all the questions that I answered along with timestamps so you can jump through the whole video and get to any question that you're interested in that I answered. And I answered about, I think 55 questions, something like that, in about 50 minutes or so. So about a question a minute, which I think is a pretty good pace. So a big, I guess, sort of an announcement or an unveiling, I guess, this week is my new logo. Check it out. So far, I've gotten a lot of great feedback on this one. I worked with a designer that I know to get this thing made. I had the idea to use an M and a C kind of in a dovetail form, and that's really all I had him go off of, and he came back with this. So I'm really happy with this design, really awesome. And I've got the Cremona thing going as well. So I do have stickers already with the logo and this guy here. So if you want some stickers, they're available on my website for $2 for the pair, and that includes shipping anywhere in the world. However, if you had sent me a sticker in the past, such as whoever's here, that's nobody, Daniel over at Mighty Wood, you'll be getting a sticker in return. So look for that in your mailboxes this week, I hope. I'm kind of going through it. I've already sent out like 50 stickers to people. And then I also have t-shirts and hats on order with the logo design and the Cremona design, which should be in sometime soon. So hopefully I have those ready for next week if you're interested in some apparel. I'm looking forward to wearing them. So let's get into the viewer projects for this week. This first project is a wine rack from Ryan. He said he made this out of a pallet that was going to go in the fire, and something that I really liked about this design was the front rail is actually split. He said that he took an axe and split that rail to get that curved shape in there. This next one here is really cool. This is a stool. It's the Fidget motion stool by Matt. He's a design student and he came up with this stool to kind of solve the whole we have to sit all day kind of thing. And I have to tell you, looking at this, the pictures of it and the video of it in action, this thing looks comfy. I like the idea of being able to wiggle my butt around and have it move. It's a really cool design. And the really awesome part about this whole thing is if you head over to the project's website, there'll be a link for that as well. You can see Matt's entire design process from the problem to the problem solving to the prototyping to the final design and then the actual building of the final stool. So that was a really cool process to see as well, so check that out. This next project is from Tim. This is a small Krenov inspired cabinet. It's made with hard maple, spalted, curly maple, and walnut. So Tim's an all hand tools guy, so this thing was made with entirely all hand tools. And what I think is even more impressive is that Tim has only been woodworking for 10 months now. That's just crazy. This next project is from Scott. This is a beautiful crib. Some of the highlights here is there's 30 mortises that he did mostly by hand, and then the rest were drilled out and cleaned up with a chisel, which is incredible. I definitely admire that bit right there. The side rails are also bent, and I really like the layout of the spindles. It's a really cool design with the arch rails on the top. So great job, Scott. Congratulations on your upcoming child. Unless, I'm not sure, this was like 4 weeks ago. I don't know, maybe you had your baby already. I'm not sure. Congratulations regardless. So for everyone who had purchased the sofa table build project, that started going out on last Friday in the Wood Whisperer Guild. We did the intro video where I walk through the design in SketchUp and talk about all the joinery that goes into that thing. So if you have purchased that project, make sure you have checked out that video. And then we'll be doing at least a video a week for the next few weeks until all the videos are out. I think there's probably going to be about 10 or so videos total in that project. So check that out. If you haven't already and you want to pick up that project, you can head over to the woodwhispererguild.com and you can get that as part of the early bird bundle right now. I think it's in the bundle until the end of the project, so you have a few weeks still to go. But if you buy it as part of the bundle, it is half off with 2 other projects. So yeah, good stuff. So this week in the shop, I didn't do very much anything. It was awesome. What I did do is I came out here last night on Sunday and I spent just a couple hours just cleaning. It was really great. I kind of missed the days where I can come out here in the shop and just be in the shop and not film and not have to worry about what I'm doing. What I like to do between projects is clean the shop, organize a little bit, and try to find one thing that I can do shop organization-wise to improve the overall shop. Because as you've probably seen in my shop, things are usually a little messier. That's because I don't have a whole lot of places to put things. Not everything has a place to go. So a lot of stuff gets shuffled around. So I like to do at least one shop organization project between projects. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do this time, but I did start doing cutting boards again because I have scraps. So I wanted to be a little bit more on top of them this time because last time I had way too many and it was just ridiculous. So this time I am just kind of getting ahead of myself on the scrap problem. So yeah, that was just nice to be out here planing wood and gluing it together without having to worry. It was good to spend a little time in the shop. I liked it. So a few people had asked me about the setup that I had for taking the pictures of the sofa table, so I thought I'd show you that in a little more detail this week. So this is what I ended up getting for the backdrop. The stands themselves are basically just 2 light stands with a rod that connects them. You can hang a sheet from. Okay, I'm trying to talk. The stand itself was 35 bucks and the backdrop, which is basically just a giant bed sheet, was $25. You could use a bed sheet if you wanted to. The only thing with these ones is they have the nice thing sewn in here ready so you can put it right up on the rod there. And then I also got a second light box. This one happens to be more of a hair light style, so you can put the light directly above your subject or whatever if you wanted to, but you can also mount the light normally like you would just on top there. This is a little smaller than the other softbox that I have. This is a 4 bulb fixture, and the other one I have down in the shop right now is a 5 bulb fixture. I used both of those to light the table, as well as 3 lamps, and then the light in the room and the natural light through the windows, and that was still almost not enough. So a lot of light needed for this. Thank you. And I don't know if I had mentioned this before, but the sofa table I just built is actually based off of this one that I made 3 years ago. And this was before I guess had the nerve, I guess, to actually curve the table to the same curvature as the top. So this one has a flat front and sides, but the same overall construction and design. It even has the perimeter inlay in the top. So if you've seen any of the pictures I've taken of my stuff in the past, it's typically like in the house somewhere, just alone. I kind of move everything out of the way, away from it, and just have that one piece of furniture just sitting there in the house, which works out all right, but my house is pretty small, so it's not exactly the most ideal way to take pictures of things. So the backdrop thing was kind of a nice change of pace for me, and with the added lighting, it was definitely a lot easier, although I still wish I had more lighting because it was still a little too dark. So I think that's about all I have for this week. Thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I appreciate those, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.